Well, hopefully you've been patient enough with me and you are now watching the start of my video series again. It's been, what, 3 or 4 months, I think. But before I go into show you the workshop and how I've got the aeroplane set up, I've got about 1 or maybe 2 minutes of footage, or maybe a little bit longer, of the aeroplane, how I packed it into the large trailer, and stuff that I had left over in the workshop prior to leaving. So we'll quickly have a look at that, and then I'll get back to the introduction to the new workshop. Just a bit of an update. I've got the first part of the aeroplane loaded. Well, actually what I'll be taking on this trip up to the new house. I'm not going to fit any more than what's in here at the moment. A lot of the tools are, hopefully you can see that, are stacked at the front. Got a few more ratchet straps to go down. One wing obviously completed, and that's about the bulk of it. The engine's not in here, and there's quite a little bit left in the shed. We'll just have a quick look at that. Basically that's what we've got left to go. There's all the engine components there, the propellers down there. I've got to disassemble that. I couldn't fit the leading edge in. There's the canopy, that'll go on the back of my ute, and I'll probably maybe load in the engine as well in the back of the ute. So it's not real waterproof in the back with the tarp in the back of the ute, but I'll want to protect the boxes from getting wet should there be rain on the way up, which there more than likely will be. I'll have to cover it in a tarp in the back as well. So that's the first part of the trip. I'll be leaving in about 3 hours for my 1,200 kilometre trip. Talk with you soon. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look around the workshop. So just working over towards the corner over here, I've got a couple of sort of, rivets and the like and that sort of stuff stacked in that corner. The workbench is just there for the, the drill press and the like. I've got a vise to go into a spot right about there. And then through this section is where I will be building my actual workbench to construct the wing and the ailerons and the flaps or anything left over. So that's the extent of the workshop. So let's just go and have a little bit of a look and see how I've got the aeroplane set up in it. I've decided to, originally I had it on an angle, but I've decided to put it straight, in basically straight up and down, or let's just call it north-south, even though it's not north-south. So basically through this section I can then put the wings in over this section and rig the whole aeroplane as it's sitting here, including building the engine, which doesn't interfere with any of the workshop bench or anything. The wing at the moment is just sitting under the aircraft on some little rollers so we can move around which way it likes. There's my little AC-50 sitting over there. It's still waiting on the tank. That's another story. It's sad. But what I'm going to show you now, which is quite concerning, and in particular I think I had a little bit of a look at Kip's aeroplane and had a look at Brian's, and I couldn't really see, but I think it was noticeable on Kip's. So please bear with me while I take the camera over and show you what's happened to the tail wheel. Okay, just in here, obviously in transit, somewhere along the line, this bit of timber is come off the wheel, which I had it elevated off. I didn't want it to tie it down on the wheel, and then it's just been sitting on the wheel itself, and it's probably been slightly bouncing. I've got some very small amount of damage on here from the timber that was hitting, and I don't know if you can notice this, but if you look at that titanium gear, I'm going to call it a gear leg, that's the tail wheel leg, it's actually got a bend to it. It actually bends down from this point here, it then starts to bend up, as if it's been one hell of a heavy landing, and it's just damaged it from there. Now, as this aeroplane hasn't flown yet, I need an explanation as to why that's decided to bend. But not only has it decided to bend, but inside here, this is all cracked. And I've just got a little torch here to hopefully show you. Now, see that crack? All that's cracked. Now, I don't know if it was a bad weld to start with, but it's only cracked on that side. And when I say it's only cracked on that side, I'm talking about a replacement of this. I'm not talking about, oh, I think I'll let it go, it's going to be okay. But it doesn't appear to be cracked under there. So I don't know if you can actually see that from here. It should be sort of down here somewhere. So all that's bent completely up. So I'm going to get in touch with Sonex and ask the question. Obviously I need to replace it, but oh well, it is what it is. But I would have thought, being titanium, you know, it's going to be able to take a bit of a bouncing around in the back of a trailer, surely. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone out there can explain to me why. Is it a weak bit of metal that's now caused it to bend, or what it is? Anyway, it is what it is. So just quickly going around there. Hello, poor little sad 50cc Suzuki. Anyway, put the jig over this side as well, so I can I can realistically, just without moving things or disassembling things now, I can hopefully finish this entire aeroplane inside this shed here without moving it at the end of the day. And that's about it. Now, for those that may or may not be interested, I bought a old church. It's an 1888 church, and it's crazy. Anyway, I think I've got ghosts, but don't tell the ghosts that, if you believe in ghosts. Anyway, I might sign this off now and post this through the week. And if you have returned, I welcome you back, and hopefully I can get started back into this aeroplane in the next couple of weeks. Talk with you all soon.